Today, we're going to be talking about all things math when it comes to the good and the beautiful. I get a lot of questions regarding their math curriculum, so I wanted to answer some of the questions regarding their math curriculum, which is called Simply Good and Beautiful Math. Now, just to give you a little bit of a background, I've been using the Good and the Beautiful Math for a long time now, and I've done multiple levels, and I feel like I want to answer those questions that you might have, and maybe some things that you didn't know about the Good and the Beautiful Math, even a lot of freebies that they offer on their website that most people don't know about. Okay, so they offer their math curriculum from level K all the way to level 8. So kindergarten all the way to grade 8. Now, if you're in that preschool age, their preschool curriculum actually has math already in it. So you're going to learn shapes, you're going to learn your numbers, you're going to learn counting. So their preschool curriculum, like their preschool and pre-K, already have math included in it. So if you're starting the Good and the Beautiful from preschool and you're going to go into level K, it'll be a good, like you'll be okay. Like it transitions very, very well. The Good and the Beautiful has a spiral approach, meaning that they introduce concepts and then they build upon those concepts slowly within the levels. They do offer their curriculum for free level K to 8 as a free PDF. So you can actually download the curriculum and see it for yourself before you purchase it. Maybe you want to purchase it. Maybe you don't want to purchase it and you just want to print it out yourself. You can do that all for free. You can receive the curriculum as a PDF and you'll get the same thing that I would get if it was a physical copy. Their curriculum is really priced very well. So most people do prefer just buying it because the cost of printing, binding, and all that kind of stuff, it can be time consuming. Maybe you are an international customer and you want to print it out. So you have that option. But one of the biggest things that I always tell anyone starting to use a curriculum in general, but the Good and the Beautiful specifically, because that's the curriculum that I use with my kids, is that always do an assessment. So the Good and the Beautiful on their website, they really hold your hand. So if you have a child and you're pulling them out of first grade, let's suppose, and you want to know what level they're at, you're just probably assuming, well, they're going to be in the first grade because that's the level that they're at right now. They're going to be in level 1. No, do the unit assessment. You don't know where your child is at. So it's really important for you to go on their website, do that assessment with your child, because that's going to help you place them in the correct level. Now, maybe they need to go a level down and have some extra practice, but maybe they are a level up because they actually are more advanced. So it's not about, knowing if your child is behind or any of that. It's just placing them where they need to be so they don't feel overwhelmed or they're not challenged enough. So always do the assessments. Now, there are some situations where you might be like, I'm iffy if they're between level 1 and level 2. So what I usually tell a friend that is, thinking of using the Good and the Beautiful is I say, you know what, if you are on the fence and you think that your child should be in level 2, for example, because they did well on the assessment, but they didn't pass because of one portion, there's that one-off case. All their levels have unit assessments within each of the units. So for example, if level 1 has 5 units, each of those units will have an assessment. I would go to the last assessment and I would see if your child would pass that assessment. What did they need to work on? And then you can go from there. But guys, please do the assessments online. They are so important, so please do them. So moving on to the next thing. The Good and the Beautiful has a good amount of add-ons to help your child maybe with multiplication facts, subtraction, addition, whatever it might be. And I want to show you a couple of things that they do have. Now, the newest thing that they have is their musical multiplication app, which will be out starting today. Guys, let me tell you a little bit about musical multiplication and what it's all about. Okay, guys, if you use my link down below, there's going to be a 20% off if you buy from the actual website. So my link will take you to the direct
website from The Good and the Beautiful, and you can purchase it there and get 20% off. If you purchase through the app, the actual app, it'll be regular price. So check out the link in my description and the pinned comment if you're looking into using musical multiplication. If you use my link, it helps out my channel at no extra cost to you. I'm just going to show you how to set up musical multiplication. Once you download it, it's going to have a video letting you know how to use the app and whatnot, but you get to set up each of your child's profile. And they'll have little images that you can use and little characters that your child can pick, and you can add up to 6 students, okay? So once you do that, whenever your child is, practicing their musical multiplication, you will see their progress. There's going to be letter sets and number sets, practice flashcards by letter sets, and so on and so forth. So you're going to be able to follow the sets, how The Good and the Beautiful teaches it in their level 3. But if you don't want to do it that way, they give you the option to just, practice the multiplication tables, by 3s, by 4s, by 5, by 6s. I hope I'm explaining it this right, but there's different ways to practice it. If you're using level 3 from The Good and the Beautiful and up, it'll go beautifully with the curriculum. But if you're not, you can do it your own way as well. So that's just basically what I'm showing you over here. So you practice, the 3 times tables, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, 8s, 9s, and 12s. The 1 times table, 0 times table, those are really easy. So the easier ones, and the 11 times table, as I see here too, they're not included in, the musical multiplication part, but I think they do have an extra video for that. So now I'm just going to show you how it sounds.
5 times 5 is 25. 25 bees beside a hive. 5 times 5 is 25. 25 bees beside a hive. 5 times 5 is bees beside a hive.
They had the old musical multiplication. They had it almost like a physical copy and just an audio. There was not like it on the app. Guys, I really like this update. I think it's a game changer. So as you can see, you just go over the sets. And I love the songs. They're very, very catchy.
Times 3. 5 times 3, 15 bees. Oh, don't sting me, please. 5 times 3, 15 bees. Oh, don't sting me, please. 5 times 3. Oh, don't sting me, please.
So guys, I got kind of a little carried away showing you guys all of this, but as you can tell,
6 times 4.
it's basically different songs, okay?
6 times 4 is 24. 24 rain clouds waiting to pour. Thunder, lightning, boom, bang, crash. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 4 is 24. 24 rain clouds waiting to pour. Thunder, lightning, boom, bang, crash. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 4 is rain clouds waiting to pour. Thunder, lightning, boom, bang, crash. 6 times 4 is...
Now, my son has been completing it, and I got a screen recording of him doing the there's like a little quiz that they can do, and they receive a sticker if they get it all right. So you'll see there like the little butterflies, and they'll have to complete it. And so they actually have to, almost like a little test, so until they master it, each set. So it's really nice. It's very kind of like the kids can, do their thing. If they need more practice, then they would have to do it over again. And I think you can do the test once a day, And then the next day you just practice more. And if you need more practice, you listen to the songs, right? So see, he gained a butterfly today. Try again later for another butterfly. And you have your different sets that you can master. So butterfly, stars, and diamonds. So there's a lot of practice that goes into it. Let me know if you have any questions about it. But as you can see, that's just my son completing it. And then they also have some songs for the easier sets. So they do include that.
Anything times 0 is 0.
They do have music for those easier ones. There's not going to be like, I guess, a little test for them when it comes to that.
What do you do to multiply a number by 2? You double it.
But I really like it, guys. Let me know what you guys think. I think this would be a really great addition for your homeschool if you want your child to master those multiplication sets. This definitely is a fun thing to add. It's quite affordable as well. You can go onto their website. Again, the link will be down below, guys.
Okay, now let's go into a couple of other things that The Good and the Beautiful has on their websites as add-ons. So The Good and the Beautiful has these 2 little games for the younger years, and it's called Anteater Edition and then Snowy Owl Edition. This is a great math fact practice for children in grade K and higher. So if you want your child to have something to learn through play, this is really, really fun. I used this for Michael and he loved it. And this is one of the ways that he got his addition and subtraction facts down very easy. I thought it was really cool that they have like the practice sheets for level 7 and level 8. But it'd be so cool if they came out with that for like level 5 and up or level 4 and up. I thought that was really awesome. Now let's talk a little bit about freebies that The Good and the Beautiful has on their website.
Okay, let's go into The Good and the Beautiful website together. And I'm going to show you a couple of things of maybe things you didn't know about The Good and the Beautiful. So that's why we're browsing together so you can take a look. Now, if you go to The Good and the Beautiful website, you will see all their math courses, okay? If you click on each of the math courses, going to be a section where it says frequently asked questions, okay, that you go into, and they're going to have extras there. Some of them will be extra, even freebies. Make sure to take a look at the freebies that they offer. So for example, here they have free videos of the days of the week. Okay, so this goes along with The Good and the Beautiful's curriculum because you're going to learn those things. There is also the free extras, the MP3s. There's a certificate of completion. There's different things that they're going to have and questions that you might have that maybe I won't even answer. Okay, so go into each of the levels and see what they have to offer there. I want to show you a different level. So here it just has the answer key if you need it. I think you can't get a physical copy of the answer key, but it offers you as a free PDF. Math 1 is fairly simple, but if you need it, it's there. Now, if you go down a little bit in Math 1, you will see how do I make my own box? It'll tell you how to make your own box. But not only that, it'll give you a PDF version of, certain things inside the box so you can make your own box for free. A lot of people don't know this, but make sure to check it out because they give you PDFs here where you can make your own box. So each of the level, whatever level you're doing, go into the frequently asked question helps and extras. Okay, let's go to a next one and see if we can see anything else that they offer. Level 2 is the same thing. It just offers you, the math box, what you need. So it'll tell you everything that you need for the math box and some PDFs as well to help you create the math box. But let's go into Math 3. There is actually a very fun freebie here. They actually have multiplication cards that you can purchase, but you actually can get them for free, the multiplication flashcards. You can purchase it, but you can get it for free. So you have access to the file online and you can print it out. I have this set over here. I purchased it, but you can get it for free, the multiplication cards. And they have the sets and they go very well with the Good and the Beautiful's musical multiplication. Did you know this? Maybe you didn't, maybe you did. But I'm here to give you a little bit more, of what they offer. There's multiplication practice sheets. So this is the freebie that you can get online so your child can practice those multiplication facts on the side. It's a freebie that they offer on their website. A lot of people don't know about this, so I wanted to show it to you guys. Let's see if we can go to the other ones as well. Oh, if you are doing Math 5, there's stickers in the back if you're doing the PDF version that you can print off as well. That goes along with the curriculum. If you purchase the physical one, you'll have this, but just if you have the PDF. Now, if you go into the Good and the Beautiful blog, which I will have a link down below, you can find a lot of free printables. They have stuff for language arts, but because we're only focusing on math today, I'm going to show you that. They have a skip counting multiples of 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and they actually have a PDF that you can print. It's a chart for skip counting to help those younger ears. That goes along really well with their curriculum, but even if you don't use their curriculum, you can use this, okay? So a lot of people don't know this, but if you go into their blog, you can access this. It's a free printable, which is really, really cool. I'm going to show you it right now. So I'm just going to download it here so you guys can see, and it's a printables chart. A lot of people don't know they offer this, but you can find it on their blog, which I will link it down below. Okay, there's the multiplication chart printable. I think I already showed you this. Oh no, this is the new one. It's a different one. Wow, like crazy, right? So there's even this, the multiplication chart printable that you can print out, and there's a blank one too. They have so many great resources, like for fractions. It's so crazy. So I'm gonna have a link to all this down below, guys, because there's so much,
Now, another thing that the Good and the Beautiful has with each of their levels, from level K all the way to level 3, they have math boxes. Now, I've been using the math boxes for quite some time now. They actually updated their math boxes, I think a few years ago, and I've been using it ever since. And guys, the quality is there still. It's really great, the math boxes. They do have the option online for you to make your own math boxes, and they actually give you some guidance on that as well. And I think I already explained that already in the freebie section. So just my honest review on the math boxes, I haven't had any issues with them. They are great, and I really like the update so far. So that's my update on the math boxes. Now, as of level 4 and up, your child is going to start being more independent. So what you will notice is that they will have video lessons for level 4 and up. Honestly, I do really enjoy the video lessons. My son really enjoys it, but going from level 3 to level 4, there might be a time where your child is like, what? This is so different. So I would recommend that you sit down with your child once they start doing the video lessons, and so they can start feeling how it is to be more independent. Now, although the lessons for level 4 and up are meant to be independent, there's nothing wrong with you holding your child's hand a little bit in the beginning until they get used to it. But once they do get used to it, guys, I'm telling you, it is so good. One of the reasons why I really enjoy the math in general is just that the real life applications. It tells you why you use this math concept, where you use it, and it's just so amazing to see that. And for those visual learners, you guys are really going to love this. There's always like a story involved, so that Charlotte Mason kind of feel. The stories aren't too long when it comes to the younger ages. I think level 3 is the one where it's more the biggest jump when it comes to the time it takes to do a lesson. But I'm going to put over here so you can see how long a lesson should take when it comes to the Good and the Beautiful, the average. And I say that I agree with that. Like, to me, that is pretty on par with how long it takes for us to do math. Now, I'm going to have a separate review on level 5 math coming soon on my channel because my son just completed it. And we're going to talk all things level 5 math. But overall, the times that I mentioned here is the amount of time it usually takes us to complete a lesson. Now, level 4 and level 5 comes with these mental math mysteries, and it's mental math that you do with your child. So there is those 2 levels that are a bit different from the other ones. We are excited to start level 6. It's a little bit different from level 5 where you don't have the mental math little mysteries book, but my son is excited to get into the upper grade levels. He's excited to start fresh with level 6, and I'm excited for him as well. I think the instructor, the person doing the lessons, changes as of level 7, but my son really enjoys math. All my kids enjoy math, and we've been using the good and the beautiful for a very long time. I was a little worried because I'm part of the Facebook groups, and sometimes you hear like people saying, oh no, like we use the good and the beautiful math and this is happening, that's happening. I wanted to give you a little bit of advice when it comes to curriculum in general, but because we're talking about math, for the good and the beautiful math. Now, I know that it's very easy to be burnt out, and there is such thing as your child being burnt out when it comes to math. I would recommend that if you see that your child is taking very long to do their lessons, and if you see that they're struggling with the concept, I would recommend that you actually address it and make sure that you keep on top and see what they need help with. Because if they're not understanding a concept, us as, the homeschool mom, it's very important for us to, help our child. So for example, there was one case where Nicholas, he needed extra practice on area. So I knew that. So what I did is, how the good and the beautiful works is they have their lesson, practice, and then they have their review. And this is for level 5. Okay, I'm giving you an example, but I'm going to go into detail more on that with my review. But once I noticed that he needed a little bit of extra help with area and perimeter, I made sure to look at his review questions to make sure, okay, area and perimeter is coming up very soon. I want to be there for him when he does that review question so we can go over it together so he can master that concept. I think that it's very easy for us as homeschool families for us to think that our child has to be, that A+ student all the time, that they should just get everything, have that 100% grade. And that's not the case all the time. Every child is going to have, a concept or something that they struggle with, and that's totally fine. The thing is that as homeschool families, we can see that, I could see, okay, Nicholas needs a little bit of help with this, so I can help him. So just because he's independent in a way doesn't mean I just say, okay, too bad, so sad. You're just going to have to, do your lesson and I'm not going to be there for you. I know what's going on. I know what he's learning. I know what he struggles with. I know what he is grasping, the concepts that he's grasping. I know what he struggles with. And when I see that he is struggling with something, I'm there for him so I can explain it again or in another way. So I sometimes feel like we think, almost like the public school system thinks, okay, it's the teacher's problem, she's gonna have to deal with it. And then when you have a curriculum that's independent, that the child is more independent, oh, it's the curriculum's problem. If my child doesn't understand something, that's the curriculum's problem. Sometimes concepts are just a little bit harder to grasp, and it's okay to take your time with the concept. But anyways, I will go more into level 5 and how things worked out there because that's a whole video on itself. But I wanted to encourage you to take a look at the Good and the Beautiful's freebies, their curriculum. Guys, tell me a curriculum that offers, a curriculum for free for your child, for you to see, for you to use. It's just crazy that they offer that. And I'm so thankful that they do because I know that it's helping a lot of other families. Let me just throw out some important points when it comes to the Good and the Beautiful math in general. It is an open and go curriculum, and the teacher's manual is all in one, meaning it's very, very easy for it to be open and go. There is minimal prep, like no prep at all. I don't remember the last time I prepped. So if you're a busy mom, you have multiple kids, this might just be a curriculum that you might fall in love with. There is a lot of hands-on activities as well. So if you, especially near that younger age, you're gonna have, puzzles and games, and it's going to be fun. It's very colorful. You're gonna notice the curriculum. It's very engaging for the child, and it allows different types of learner, whether they're visual, auditory, kinesthetic learners. It's going to tailored to a lot of different needs when it comes to your child. So you might notice that when you use the good and the beautiful. And if you're using the younger levels, I want to encourage you not to fret and not to feel like, man, this wasn't that long to do. Why isn't math longer? It will get longer as the child progresses, but those younger ages are not meant for you to spend hours on math. I'm gonna be honest with you, with my son, he just finished level 2 right now, and it usually would take him about 15 to 20 minutes. Now the biggest jump is when you go from level 2 to level 3. There will be a jump there, a little bit of an adjustment, but that's the one that starts taking a little bit longer, and then so on and so forth. So as your child gets older, it gets a little bit more time consuming because the problems get harder. My favorite levels of the good and the beautiful has been their upper levels. Surprisingly, I feel like because I'm so busy with work and homeschool, the good and the beautiful math, actually their curriculum in general, allows my child to be more independent, but it was like so natural because of how their curriculum flows, them having the independent practice from a young age. I just feel like my kids are so independent, and it helps me out when you have multiple kids and teaching multiple kids. So I really like that. But my favorite levels have been like the video lessons once they introduce it. In the beginning, it was kind of like, whoa, it's video lessons, it's kind of different. But I really enjoy the visuals of the video lessons. I really enjoy the teacher. I really enjoy how they incorporate our faith into the lessons as well. There was a math lesson about the lost sheep, and they'll incorporate it into math. They do mention God, so it is faith-based, and they reference the King James Version Bible. It's really nice when Nicholas tells me, oh mom, today we learned about, this Bible story, and it incorporated it in math in this way. And it just warms my heart to see that, it just, I love that. So the good and the beautiful is very affordable. I like that it's very compact. It's like, I don't feel like there's too much to it, especially because I live in a small space. This curriculum is perfect because you have your math course book, you have your manipulatives if you need it, and then a little extra, maybe like the mental math, and then you have your video lessons. So it's very easy for you to do if you have a small space or a large space. And I just love that it's just so minimal. And if it wasn't for the good and the beautiful, I don't know what I would do. Like, to me, it's a godsend. Like, it's been one of like the biggest blessings in my life, this curriculum. No joke. Sister-in-law just even said, she's like, oh, the good and the beautiful has been such a blessing in our homeschool. And that just makes me so happy when I hear that, because I'm recommending curriculum and I just tell you guys the truth and how it is, right? And sometimes you get nervous because you are recommending something, you want people to love it as well, right? But it's not always the case. Like, just because you like something doesn't mean everyone's going to like it. But like, I just feel so happy when someone tells me that like I recommended a curriculum to them and it's working out. It just makes me happy that it's working out, And most of the people that I've recommended it to, like people that I know, they've all loved the good and the beautiful, and they stick with it because it just works really well with a lot of families. Their approach, yeah, it's just been such a blessing, guys. And now I'm so excited for musical multiplication. So I'm gonna have a link down below for musical multiplication. I already gave you a little bit of the details regarding musical multiplication, but guys, check it out for yourselves. I'm really excited about this. This is very different from their original musical multiplication that they had. Like, this is another level, okay? So check it out. I think you will really enjoy it, especially if you have your kids learning those math facts. They might fall in love with this, and it's gonna be really fun because it's very play-based. It has music. It's just, yeah, I'm really enjoying it. The kids are really enjoying it. And what more can I ask for? Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.